Hey guys, hello and welcome to a new video. This time again a case 2 solve from the Financial Modeling World Cup. Because as you know, I sometimes do also the financial modeling cases and normally only case 2 because case 1 is most of the time not interesting and case 3 is out of my abilities or current abilities. Here in this time, the case 2 from session 6 called Ideal Locations. So you have here your burger chain or some short sort of restaurant, and you want to open a new location, and you want to figure out which one is the best, and so on, and this on a financial basis. Nothing specific used there, but it's an cool case to think of something like this. And also it's kind of intuitive and so on. So without further ado, as always, I go from the mix of questions and case material to build up a model, if a model is even necessary. So somehow the distance from candidate A to nearest competitor and the distance calculation, each cell is is a 10,000 kilometer, and the distance is used with Pythagorean terms. And therefore, we have it also here. I use first, I want to have the candidate cells, and then I do distance between cell references, cell ref 1, cell references, and Pythagorean distance divided by 10. Uh, yeah, of course. Here we go. Question was candidate A to nearest competitor. This is A. Nearest competitor is 0.14. So here, this is then answer A. So the next question is, which candidate locations are closest to each other? Mm, okay. Between cell references. Of course, those are the references that are in between, but here let's take a look at the closest. Here we can see it by the orange highlighting. It's the combination of A and fourth one is D, and therefore our answer uh, is also A and D, which is answer B. Next one. Which candidate location has the fewest competitors within 1 kilometer? Same print location, but excluding candidate locations. So mm, 1 KL. Count if it's an OV stack. smaller than 1. Uh, okay. Does countif not work with arrays? Yeah, of course it does not work with arrays. Um, okay, then let's make it 2 formulas, 2, 0, 2. Is this right? Mm, no, that needs to be something is odd. Something is odd. But this is then distance between this and this. Ah, hmm. Okay. Here we go. This is number 3, so C, and C is then also answer C. Hello. Here we go. Next question. What is the effective conversion rate for candidate A, accounting for the ramp and competitor impact? So effective conversion rate, here, base conversion times competitor pressure times ramp. So ECR, base conversion, competitor pressure and ramp. And competitor pressure is here. Conversion rate adjustment. So here it's a multiplicative impact. So every competitor that is near this certain threshold thus impact 1 plus this and then the product of this. So 0 0.3, 0 0.6, 1, 1000, and then we simply map all the competitors, so this and this existing and the other brands in for every candidate. So map okay, map vstack lambda a, or we can also 1 plus x lookup vstack we does not need to vstack lookup val array match mode, exact match or next larger icon. Therefore, I've prepared this here, and this will spill. But if we then make the product out of this 0.52, and for the remaining parts, this is then not great. Yeah, we need to adjust it manually, or I adjust it manually. But yeah, it's only 6 competitors or 6 candidates and building there something dynamic is more time intensive than taking this from scratch or yeah, adjusting it manually. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, here we have our effective conversion rate basis or the impact of here the impact factor, and then base conversion times impact times ramp up is the effective conversion rate for the certain ECR or comp IMP ECR base. This multiplied with base conversion. And yeah, what was the question then? Question was effective conversion rate for 2025 for candidate A. And this is basically the basis, ECR base, times the ramp up, which is 60% in 2025. So 0.75, which is answer E. So next question. What is the effective price, average order value? Average order value for candidate A in 2025, counting for competitive price pressure. And competitive price pressure is that there is a, for every competitor within 1 kilometer, there's an there's an reduction, but this reduction is capped. At 8%. So we therefore take a look how many competitors are within a range of 8 kilometers. We know this. Price the. So we transpose this, of course, the right direction, and then we know 0, 1 to 100, and then we do an X lookup for this in here, returning this using match mode, exact match on next larger item. Here we know where it's kept, and then we have the price, effective price, plus this multiplied with the base price. Okay, for A it was asked, and for A it's answer B, 12.88, as you can see here. Revenue of candidate A in 2026. Do we have any other things for revenue? Okay, here it's the price, and here is the volume of sales. And we can also see in our assumptions that there is an annual price growth. And yeah, now I will start with building a little bit of a model. So I basically copy everything here in there, HY, and then I will yeah. Okay. Now we are kind of dynamic. Okay. Timeline, lambda. We have 5 years. Start year is 2025. And we want to split our years in quarters. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay, this I also take from my assumption table. Okay, should be fine. Okay, and now I need to know now I need to know the traffic or the customers per or the price and then the customers. So 1 equals this multiplied with 1 plus assumption. This is then price. And if we use their dynamic arrays, we have our price per quarter and the ramp up is 60.8 and 100. 6.6.6, 6.6.85. Is it 85? Yeah. And then it's 1. And I know I should use there more often the assumption base here. But anyways, so, and then we have to calculate our customers. Customers are daily foot traffic multiplied with conversion rate basis multiplied with ramp up multiplied with days per period, so per quarter. And we get to our customers, and then revenue is the customers multiplied with price increase. And for that's the problem. Revenue for A in 2026. So 2026 is starting here, and the revenue is 1.792. 04, yeah, so it's answer A, as you can see here. So next one. Next question was the cumulative EBITDA. Okay, so gross margin and then location specific rent. No other stuff. Okay, EBITDA equals revenue times gross margin, not a bad gross margin, minus base lease divided by 4 because we're calculating here in quarters. And then cumulative EBITDA for A. So in this case, it's here 4.275 million, and it's on the spot answer A, B, C, D, E, F, E. Okay. Now, in which quarter does candidate A's cumulative cash flow turns positive? And therefore, we need to know that we have some upfront capex investments. And yeah, capex, these are given for every location specific. And then we can use scan. Or we can use this as initial value and then this array here and function sum. And then we know when it will turn positive. This is in between here or at the end of this quarter here, and this is quarter 2 of 2028. And quarter 2 of 2028 is answer B. Question 9. IRRR for candidate A over 5 years. Okay. We have prepared the IRRR calculation here because we have CapEx, EBITDA, and so on. But let's add here dates. We can also add it at the bottom. So here, this is always at the end date. And here the starting or the CapEx date. It's written here, CapEx is done at the end of 2024. So, and then we can calculate IRRR, XIRRR. Values are given here. Dates are given here. And we have IRRR for everything. No. Yes, of course, there's no calculation method. So let's add a number. For A, it's 20.05, 20.5%, 20.51 specific, which would be answer C. Yes, so it's answer C. And we can also answer 10. Candidate location with the highest IRRR, not 3R, sorry, which is location C, and location C is also answer C. Question 11. Now there's also a small hint in the instructions because Q10 to 13 are sensitivity analyses. So cumulative EBITDA impact on B if a new competitor opens within a certain, so in the last corner there or in the last brackets, that will have an impact. So I first save A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah. Save the EBITDA for at the beginning. And then we can also directly see the impact. Okay, and then we can now adjust it. So one competitor is opening a new store within a certain bracket. So for candidate B. So instead of 7 competitors, instead of 5, there would be 6, but it's kept for the price competitor impact within those boundaries. So here price deduction is at 8% or will stay at 8%, and then I add a competitor at, I know, 0.7 kilometers and adjust here this formula. And then we have a new competitor impact, and it was adjusted in our model, and we have here a EBITDA impact of $310,671 or $72, which is answer E, and minus impact, of course. Yeah, okay, it was the other way around. So I should basically switch this here. Yeah, now. So question answer E. So question 12. How much does candidate E EBITDA impact increase if foot traffic grows by 5% annually? So I add there because foot traffic only increases. So first, sorry, I need to adjust this here and make the base case out of it. Now we are back at the base case, as you can see here. And foot traffic only has an impact on the foot traffic and on the revenue. So I therefore can say, okay, foot traffic will increase by 5% annually. 1, 1, 1, 1 equals this pi times 105. And I can then drag it or copy it aside. Here you see it will increase. And I then normally only need to reference this here, and it has dynamically changed or revenue and also EBITDA figures. And E increase, so the increase in E's is in my case 1.1. Or is this then? Okay, I need to check some of the answers because if it's E or F. No. Okay, where it's E. Okay, 4 is F and not E. Sorry, guys. And 7 is E. Yeah, because this is the impact or the cash flow, but we can check it. Yeah, 7.5. And here, this 11 question impact. What was the impact? Oh, it was the last one, so also F. Sorry. Okay. Now we are back. Increase in foot traffic. And as you can see here, okay, 1.138. There is no such figure. Might be that we start here increasing at the start with 5% increase. Yeah, this is then dynamically calculated on this, but also that does not have, or that impact is still higher. So question 12, everything is right. I think the impact should be only on, so my, everything else is also right. So I don't know why this does not match. In my terms, it should match if you adjust this figure. But yeah, anyways, let's delete it and go back to the base model. I don't know. I've selected, I think, answer E. It could be also that there's something weird with my model or some point I haven't Haven't built in my model, so yeah. But anyways, impact from, so 13, how much does candidates D EBITDA increase if the impact from byte bar on conversion rate is reduced by half? Okay, let's take a look. Byte bar conversion rate. Hmm. Okay, here we have impact of from byte bar of conversion to conversion rate. I simply added there a hard-coded table with adjustments and then multiplied with this adjusted figure then, but only for D, so we also only need to adjust this for D. So V stack, first this, and then this, and the multiplication directly in the figures. And the model says 2.55. Okay, there's something here weird, and also E. I wanted to adjust D. So back, and multiplied with V stack. Now let's take a look at the model. Also impact is 1.83. Okay, might be something about 700,000, and I got to this number with another calculation, so it might be that this time I've changed my calculation method, so I need to adjust it now. Okay, 3.8. Because the impact is then 1 plus, but the impact then should be lower if we multiply this. So 3.8. Oh, no, no, no. Yes, I need to adjust it at the end. So here we go. Yeah, I added it here, but I need to add it after the result from the XLOOKUP. So this conversion rate adjustment was calculated. And now we also get $729,007, 729 and 8. So this is answer D then. Now a question besides away from the model. If a competitor opens a new location, how many untaken map cells are more than 1 kilometer away from the 5 existing Urban Eats location? So let's go to the map. I want all the cells with one of my lambdas. It's an esport lambda, so even this could be used in some sort, some ways. And then we will first one is taken, IT, and therefore we use is number X match. Are there any taken cells? Yeah, here we go. And then I want to figure out how far they're away from the candidate locations. So from the existing locations. So it's basically a min of distance between cell references. And here we take the candidate locations. Fits divided by 10. And here we want to then filter out all locations where here are not taken and where the distance is larger than 1. So rows, filter, this is false, 1 not taken, multiplied with distance is larger than 1. And we get to a calculation error. Equals false. 101, which is not right. Yeah. Okay. Question is why? Is it the minimum or the maximum? It needs to be the minimum, I think. Yeah. Here are 900 cells. Let's reread the question. If a competitor opens a new location, how many untaken map cells are more than 1 kilometer away from the 5 existing locations? We're taking Pythagorean calculation distance. Existing locations. I'm an idiot. Existing locations, not the candidates. Here we go. 65. 65 is NGC. And then we have solved the case. So I don't know how long, a little bit over 30 minutes, I think. Let's check. If 40 minutes nearly. But it was an interesting case. Not too financial model stuff, but also this stuff is financial modeling, not only hardcore accounting, also some basic thinking and common sense. But anyways, thank you for your time. I hope to see you on my channel, also on the non-financial modeling videos. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.